Friends. Woods Report with Friends.
And friends.
We have Wendy on there. This Friday we'll have more.
We'll hope to have more friends.
We'll have more friends, and then if that picks up, we'll do it more times throughout the week. Because I know y'all be typing, and so you can't get everything in while you're trying to type.
Right.
But that was good. We just have to, figure out how to do it when we have more than one guest.
Right, and make sure that everybody has equal time to talk and give their opinions.
So we'll probably we'll work that out. It did good though. Wendy had a lot of input. I like hearing from our viewers because it makes it more personable. It's like now we put a face with the person.
Right.
So
it's saying your views in a little text box. Now you get to say it right. Live, and then be along with whatever topic we're on. Right. It's no lag.
So we're gonna talk about the NAACP awards.
Got to.
The good and the bad. It's good and the bad. We should have put the good, the bad, and the ugly instead of pros and cons.
Yeah.
Should put.
We don't get creative until we get going.
I can change it on here.
Okay.
Yeah.
The good, the bad, and the
ugly. And what else? I have Kanye West is back.
And is it good news or bad? Because when he comes back, you're kind of like, uh-oh.
Yeah, for him, it's
waiting
good.
In the shadows.
Michael B. Jordan, and then you had some stuff that you watched on the
View talked about him too. So Kim and I both were just briefly mentioning that whole Michael B. Jordan interview he had. In politics world, they had a thing. The View talked about the RNC chair.
What happened? Go ahead.
Pretty much saying about signing those running for office, like the Republicans running for office, signing some kind of a loyalty pledge, both sides, because we're independent when it comes to voting. We don't care. We don't vote party.
Both parties are stupid.
But if you ask there's been concerns about that suggestion to sign a loyalty pledge that you will support whoever is nominated for that particular party.
But why do you have to?
No, that was her suggestion. Well, you listen to her comment when you play the video.
All right, so you want me to play that?
Her little reason for it.
All right, go ahead.
GOP for short. The playing field for the 2024 presidential election is still wide open, but the RNC chair, Ronna McDaniel, wants to make sure the party is the same and is on the same page. Take a look.
Will candidates be required to sign a pledge saying that they will support whomever becomes the nominee in order to get on that debate stage?
We haven't put the criteria out, but I expect a pledge will be part of it. It was part of 2016. I think it's kind of a no-brainer, right? If you're going to be on the Republican National Committee debate stage asking voters to support you, you should say, I'm going to support the voters and who they choose as the nominee.
Okay. Well,
I saw one of the guys was CNN was talking about this. I don't know if it was McCarty. It was somebody that said no, because if Donald Trump is the
right.
I ain't voting for him.
That's what I was getting ready to say.
I'm not signing over.
Why do you? That's what I was getting ready to say. I was getting ready to say that works if it's not a moron. But you have to trust the American. Here's the thing. Just because the people in my district aren't morons, it doesn't mean the country isn't a moron.
Right.
So if the country votes for somebody, it doesn't mean I have it.
I would signing over that I'm going to support whoever
it is. If the people in your district support that person.
Maybe back in the day they could have done that, but we've had some knuckleheads running for office. It's like saying if Herschel Walker runs for office,
I'm supposed to.
All the Republicans get on board, take that little group shot, and say we're supporting.
We're all vampires, and then I'm in a vampire shot. No,
and you got people who supported you, who put their name out there. They're gonna look at you like you.
Everybody up here
you supporting Herschel Walker.
Everybody up here is a werewolf.
Now on the other,
and then I'm back there smiling as a congressman.
The other side of this.
All right, what?
I see what she was trying to do as far as saying that you can't do that no more, but she's trying to do everybody unified.
Yeah, no.
Let's get behind whoever does win as the nominee for the Republican Party, regardless if how we feel about them. They may have things about that they've put out there that we don't agree with, but we're gonna be behind them all the way.
No,
she can't do that no more.
Not anymore.
No signing. No,
you
pledges.
can't trust the American people to do what they're supposed to do.
No.
What if they vote for Mickey Mouse? I'm supposed to stand behind Mickey Mouse,
and Mickey Mouse may win with all the numbers of people voting.
So no,
and you got all of us sign a pledge, loyalty pledge that we're going to be behind the Mickey Mouse character, unfortunately, that has been selected as the nominee.
No. So that's why I don't know why she came up with that. That was stupid.
And they all came there.
What did they say? Did they agree with it?
No.
Oh, I was going to say.
Well, the only person, I'm trying to think, who was kind of like near agreeing.
Who? Alyssa?
No.
Oh.
No, because they all kind of use Donald Trump as the...
Donald Trump is he's the benchmark.
Yeah.
For not getting on board.
He set the bar very low.
What is so Pence supposed to be like? I support Trump, even though they tried to hang me.
He tried to kill me, but I still support him.
And I support all those people who ran mother. We support all those people who ran until January 6th in the Capitol and tried to hang me. We support them because they're Republican.
He calls her mother. What does she call him? Father? Dad?
Dad. Well, I don't know. Probably not dad.
Okay.
Like
old
Monique,
school.
daddy.
Oh, daddy.
All right, so
that was what they talked about.
Emerald says, hey, ladies.
Hey.
Wendy says, hello, stars.
Hey.
Typing.
Uh-huh.
I know, we got you, Wendy. Friday, we're going to have another show Friday where y'all don't have to do all the typing.
Yep.
And then if that goes well with more people, then we'll do it more often.
Yeah.
Maybe Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.
Right.
And then Emerald says, more Michael B. Jordan. Yay! You know, Emerald's the one that she slammed you on Michael B. Jordan.
I don't know why. I like him too. I just don't want him playing Will Smith's
everybody
part.
relax. And Jimmer wouldn't like that. Was it Charlemagne? It was somebody cracked on him.
You don't have the donkey of the day, do you?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
It was somebody who cracked on. I think it was Charlemagne. I can't remember.
Cracked on Michael B. Jordan?
It was either him or somebody else that said, who's a better actor, Michael B. Jordan or Lala on Power? He was being funny.
Oh, you saw Power. So
I'm just saying Lala's not really an actress.
Oh.
So in other words, he's saying Michael B. Jordan can't act.
Oh.
I think that was Charlemagne.
That's cool.
That was Charlemagne, I believe.
Okay, because I don't watch Power, so I would have thought Lala is an actor.
he was being funny.
Oh.
It's like him saying, who's a better actor, Michael B. Jordan or Kim Kardashian in Sharknado? Or something like that. And I told you, Cocaine Bear.
Yeah.
Everybody's going to go see it.
I'm not going to see it. But I don't care if it's the number one.
But I told you they was going to say it was Sharknado.
Yes.
All right.
Yes. They've been talking about that this whole week and the numbers blew up.
Everybody. But we said that. You was like, we're going to see Cocaine Bear. I said, they're going to make it. It's a cult classic.
Right.
Everybody's going to go see it.
And I knew that when they were talking about it, but I put my foot down.
Right.
I'm not going to see no movie about a bear who rips people's heads off.
And
with cocaine inside him.
And they said it's going to be like Sharknado.
Yeah,
they're going to have Cocaine Bear 1,
Well,
2.
they mentioned snakes on the plane when they were talking on CNN News.
I told you that.
On the one news I was listening to.
Yep.
Oh, like snakes on the plane.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Wendy says, Ben Crump is no joke. My hero, powerful. Will should have come and his own people would have embarrassed him. Dumb move,
they jump into the whole
And
award
Emerald
show.
says, don't get me going again. On Michael B. Jordan. Yeah, we're going to talk about... Excuse me, we're going to talk about the NAACP awards, Wendy.
Okay.
All right, what's your next one?
Because we know that probably ain't going to fly with this loyalty thing.
No, nobody's doing that.
They talked briefly on The View about the whole James Bond novels and the removal of anything racist. Like back, I didn't realize one of the novels had the N-word.
Okay.
So they would use the N-word in reference to, I guess, black folks or whatever. And maybe at that time too, it was probably early, what, 40s, 50s? I don't know when the novels was all written. The women had different views on that. Majority of them didn't like anything being erased.
Okay.
Historically.
Exactly.
Sunny is truly not for that. She's using her daughter as an example of reading books now from different artists, different authors, I'm saying, and other things that her daughter is enlightening herself, which is really nice. But she don't like when she comes across those words or the negative.
What?
And Whoopi has already voiced it because they even had a conversation. I know even Oprah Winfrey.
Her daughter ain't never heard that word before.
With the N-word as well. But I do agree with the ladies when they say don't erase history.
No.
kids, people today, they need to know what was said, how we were referenced, what historically was mentioned. Even when we do throwbacks on Facebook.
Yeah.
Y'all remember this?
Now, I don't
remember this?
I don't have a problem with you republishing a book and that word being highlighted or underlined, which means that these are words that we no longer use.
Like maybe a disclaimer or something.
Or just the fact that while the kids are reading it, they understand that back in the day, we actually use this word.
Right.
And that's every word. That's not just the N word. That's everything.
Like even the word when people, it's so funny because we had an older lady doing a welcome committee for us and she came over, she's in her 80s. So when we were asking about different ethnicities that live in this community that we moved in, she said, I believe there's a Oriental lady that, and we don't say Oriental anymore.
But I would leave it in there and then just highlight the word Oriental.
Right.
But that's if they republish it.
That's a good idea.
That, to me, that should appeal to the people who want to get rid of the word and the people who want to keep the word.
Exactly.
I'm trying to do a happy medium there.
Do an emphasis on it because historically, that word meant something in history and it means something different today. Now,
and you republish it with today's date.
Exactly.
So that they know, because 20 years from now, they may start using it again.
Well, Whoopi was saying how we use it in terms of endearment.
Well, with
and
the
of
A
course,
on the end.
Sonny don't like that.
Well,
and she said when people are saying reclaiming that word back, you're going to get, that's a whole different discussion because Oprah even made it clear she don't like the word. And there's people who do it in their music. There's people who do it in their own private conversation.
Right.
So you're going to get viewpoints on both ends. Using the word period, using the word with an A or an AH.
Right.
Everybody's not going to be happy, but I think we just need to respect one another.
Yeah, don't take it out.
When we're in the company of people, you ain't going to say that word when you're around ministers.
Well,
you got to kind of be careful.
To me,
there's he's a hip hop minister.
To me, there's no difference between that and using profanity or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, some people might read a book and it has profanity and they get offended.
A lot of curse words.
Or somebody might read a book and the way that a woman is treated, that he smacks her in the face or something, is they get. But you can't change history. You can't change
Don't
what
rewrite it. Don't clear it up. Don't do away with it. And that's what the James Bond novels are getting ready to do.
I don't like that because there's a famous scene, I think, with James Cagney, where he smashes that grapefruit or whatever in that woman's face. They don't take that out the movie.
I know.
Like, don't take anything. Or Ricky, when Lucy's going like this, even though in real life he really did hit her upside the head. But how many I Love Lucy episodes did we see Lucy doing this?
Oh no.
You know, or Ricky's gonna, he's gonna bop me or whatever. You can't take that out.
Yeah.
Or Ralph Cramden saying bang zoom to Alice.
And people say that's abuse.
That's abuse.
He's verbally abusing.
Yeah.
But yeah, Whoopi.
How you gonna take that out? The honeymooners won't be the honeymooners.
She brought up Gone with the Wind.
Gone with the Wind.
I mean,
he was very
classics
violent.
Like that.
Yes.
Was some negative. But you got, and that's how people learn about historically. Oh wow, they said that. Oh,
where y'all going? Oh, you gonna take all the black people? Y'all, what's going on out here? What y'all got going on down here? There's a shooting and a carrying on. You can't take all of that out. That's part of history.
Yes.
Now you don't have to watch it, or when you watch it with your kids, you can say the kids can be like, "Wow, that's the only time they let black people in the thing."
Yeah.
Yes, when we was sneaking around the house, peeping around the corner. There's some chickens out there. What's going on?
They's doing?
What they's doing? That's history.
Yes.
Or back in your days, the 70s.
Yeah, man. What's up? What's up? With the pick in the hair afro.
With prostitutes and
and they always thought we was angry.
Yeah.
Angry black people.
Say, man,
shoot.
You jive.
What you gonna do, jive, Tucky?
Say, man. Everybody would say, man.
Yeah.
Say, man.
See, and they had pimps.
Yeah.
They had all kinds of daddies out there.
You don't let the pigs pick you.
Where's my money? You got my money.
All of that is history. All of it. So it stays on.
So I get what they're saying as far as they I think people are so afraid now, they tiptoeing on the ugly in our history. They're tiptoeing on the bad information. My mom and them, they didn't want to watch the movie The Help.
No.
They didn't want to watch the movie The Help.
Right.
And The Help is actually pros and cons about it. There were black women of color, who took care of these households, the children. They, oh my God, the
Our
kids
grandmother.
loved them. The kids, they raised these kids, and these kids grew up to love. My grandmother, they would still send her photos of themselves. And look, what did they call her? Ruby? Did they just say Aunt Ruby or Granny? They were very a part of these families, but my mom and them, they didn't feel comfortable watching that movie.
Then
So
don't
some
go
people,
see it.
so that's what Whoopi is saying. If you don't want to read history that you feel is negative or whatever, don't read it.
Right.
Don't watch the movie. Don't do that.
So we agree that we both agree that they shouldn't take out stuff.
I like your idea though. Maybe,
but I'm just trying to
highlight it
medium.
and then give maybe a disclaimer.
I ain't gonna do all that.
Definition.
Just reprint it and highlight the words you don't like.
Okay.
With the date that you reprinting it, so that when 20 years from now, when the word comes back and everybody's using it again, you reprint it again and go, oh yeah,
we're using that word
again.
now. I guess they stopped using it.
Emerald says, don't get me going again. That's on Michael B. Jordan. Wendy says, no, embraced him, not embarrassed. Oh, okay. Embraced Will. Emerald says they changed Huckleberry Finn. They sure did.
I don't know why.
I definitely wouldn't create any new material with offensive words, but all literature that pre-existed should be exempt.
Exactly.
Next would be mafia stories. Of course, it makes Italian people look bad.
She even mentioned that with Joy not being on there. She
Yeah.
said Joy gets upset when people say you like The Sopranos.
Yeah.
Some cool, send
Right.
me something. She's
Yeah.
like, really?
Right.
Okay.
And Wendy says lights went out in the neighborhood. Gotta go. Wow.
Oh wow.
So y'all got bad weather going on there.
I know they were saying down in the south area, but I didn't know it was coming East Coast.
Wow. Okay. They
Okay.
said it was bad. They said it's
Yeah.
bad. All right. Well, we be praying for you, Wendy.
Yeah. Okay. Stay
Okay.
safe.
All right. The NAACP. Highlights from the NAACP
The good, the bad,
image
the
awards.
ugly.
Okay, so let's just go with their highlights. So they start their highlights off with what's her
Brittany
name?
coming out with her wife.
With her wife.
Uh-huh.
Now you noticed the wife when she was nervous because when it was time
She
to
held
talk,
the microphone ready to speak, and it was
Right.
such a long pause. I was
right.
like, okay.
Everybody was like, okay.
But then, like you said, maybe technical problems because Queen Latifah was having technical problems, and she played it off, even saying it in her
Right.
monologue. I'm playing this off. I'm glad I looked at the script before, and everybody laughed. So
Yeah.
maybe she was having problems.
Well,
too.
first of all, getting to there, they said was ridiculous because the weather. This is Los Angeles, downtown
I
LA.
mean, the night of this,
The night, the whole weekend they said was bad.
I didn't know that.
And LA had really bad weather this weekend. It was raining, it was snowing, it was everything.
Oh my God.
And people couldn't hardly get around.
Mhm.
So Sherry Shepherd, she won. They don't give them all
right,
that night.
her and Niecy Nash.
Yeah, they don't give them all that night.
Okay.
So she won, and she was
for
talking
her
about
show.
Yeah, for her show,
Oh.
and for that show her and Kim do.
Oh, their podcast.
Yeah.
Okay.
So she was giving kind of a behind the scenes saying that how difficult it was to get there
Mhm.
and that they closed the red carpet. They didn't have the red carpet because it was soaked.
Ooh.
It was flooded.
Oh my goodness.
And you had to walk over, like they put plastic down and everything for them to even get in there. And they had a tent up. And the water, you could see the water coming down on the tent and you didn't know if it was going to crash in or not.
Oh no.
So it was really, but she said it was really nice and elegant, but they had to kind of make do
to get there.
And she
make
said,
do with the
her,
surroundings.
I think it was either her assistant or one of her producers, assistant producers. They was trying to bypass step. You have to watch how you step because it was puddles and stuff.
Mhm.
And she stepped in a puddle and her foot was wet the whole night. So we was thinking how many people probably their feet was wet. They were wet. Their hair. She said people came in with straight hairstyles and came out looking like Shaka Khan. So people probably was like not looking, their best or whatever.
Okay.
But we didn't know that. They
You
pulled
would
it
have
off.
never known, even with Queen Latifah changing
Yeah.
by 4 or 5 times.
Yeah. So when you said the teleprompter, if that's the worst that we
With the
recognize,
storm and
yeah,
stuff.
if that's the worst we recognize, they did a good job.
They played it off very well.
They played it off.
If they had a wet shoe, we wouldn't have known about it.
And if there was technical stuff going on and a lot of things, so they did good. I think it was a very professional ran show.
Yep.
Everybody was professional.
I laugh at the music playing, so that did give them a little.
They played everybody
They
off.
still talk. Well, no, they didn't play everybody off. They didn't play Gabrielle and her husband.
Oh, well, they won a major award. Yeah.
They didn't play these two.
No, they don't play them off. They play like
the ones who won the award.
Yeah,
because they did it with Angela.
Yeah.
And I was like, I hope they don't cut her off like she can get in her last word.
Right.
Which they still were able to do.
Now with Brittany, first of all, I don't think anybody has really ever seen Brittany with the low haircut. We saw a little bit of it when she cut her locks off. And then when she started talking, it was like Barry White.
I know. I honestly,
I did not know she talked that deep.
But it's so funny because when she came out, her and her wife, and she started talking, I honestly forgot she's a woman.
Right. Well, she's the husband, I think, because she says my wife.
Well,
so she's
we all figured that out because even in Mayor Lightfoot, her wife is taller than her.
Mayor Lightfoot here in Chicago is the man.
And she's short,
right? But she don't talk like Barry White.
No, but I'm just saying,
that's what took me off guard.
You think height right away.
So Charlamagne
she must be carrying the mail.
Charlamagne, the guy that was so funny on the Breakfast Club, he said you almost expect it because she's so tall.
Yeah,
it would seem funny if she had a really light voice.
That's true.
So her voice fits her.
Everyone, I'm so glad to be back. I'm glad you guys prayed for me. And,
yes, her voice fits her height,
like Michael Jackson.
I wish they would have said more. They didn't say nothing.
No.
Maybe they just came out and said thank you, everybody, and see you later.
She did wish those who are still over there
that they would
any
there was safe return for all Americans.
Yeah.
I like her better with the short hair than all of the long.
Oh, my mother, you like it with the short hair better than the locks. Yeah.
Okay.
I just wish she would have said more, I guess. I don't know what she would have said.
Somebody is going to grab a hold of her story and make it
it's going to be a movie.
A movie.
Yeah.
I don't know what. I figured they probably when she got off the plane, they probably had the request put in her hand.
Yeah.
What director, what person is going to take on her story?
Right.
Because it's going to be out there.
Of course, Angela Bassett won.
I wasn't surprised.
Well, I'm glad she won.
I am too, but I wasn't. Her and Viola.
All it did was make everybody remember.
Yeah.
Why did they kill her off in the first place?
I know.
That was so stupid to kill this character off.
Black Panther.
Especially when you have the grandson growing up without the grandmother and the grandfather and the parents.
Was that written in the script?
No, he threw that in there. I didn't like that. So that's another thing about the Black Panther
guy, though, right? That came up there in that beige suit.
That unless Angela Bassett don't want to do it anymore, we don't know. We don't know the behind the scenes
and
things.
And he had some problems with communication. Didn't he?
Well, let's keep going. Okay. So Angela Bassett, I'm glad she won. That was
and
good.
She had a pantsuit on. Unlike most of the other ladies, Queen Latifah's last outfit was pants too.
Emerald says Angela looked amazing.
I love that outfit.
We all love Angela Bassett.
Yeah.
So and
she can do no
There's
wrong.
nothing Angela Bassett could do that's wrong.
Given to her husband.
And her husband was nominated, but he didn't win.
He did. What was he nominated for?
That show he's in. Okay.
Okay.
But I wonder how it feel though. You go all the time and your wife wins all the time, and he seemed like he's still happy, like he cheering her on. So I hope there's no competition. It don't seem like it is.
That question.
No, Jada Pinkett is competition. That's different. I don't sense that with them. No, but we could be wrong. We don't know.
Maybe it's because it's coming from a man versus a woman who gets a little jealous. I don't know. Are there men out there who are actors like their wives who may get jealous?
I don't know.
Because it seems like men are that petty.
Well, I don't know.
I
just know he's not. So.
Go ahead.
We don't know from the
Your show won. And they won a SAG award
Abbott
too,
Elementary
you guys, this weekend.
Abbott Elementary won.
And I'm glad she had everybody come up on stage.
Okay. She actually won too. Another night.
Okay.
He won in another night.
Did he?
And she won in another night.
I'm telling
everybody
you guys,
won.
I don't care what you say. It's one of my favorite shows.
Abbott Elementary.
Abbott Elementary.
And she's little. I didn't know she was that tiny.
She's small.
The creator of the show.
I mean, not small, but she's short.
Now, when she came up,
and she's funny. I don't know if she does comedy.
Who?
The one that plays the principal.
Yeah, she's comedy. She's a comedian.
Okay.
Emerald said that's old love, and all they care about is status and money. Yeah, I agree.
Okay.
Angela Bassett is old love,
and I think for some reason I always feel like Shirley Rapp is a little big-headed.
Well, she's Broadway.
I know.
That's that.
That air comes out sometimes.
She's a nice lady, but if you around anybody in the theater world, that's how everybody acts. Oh. It's always Sister B. DeMille. Everything is wonderful. And I love how when they came out.
Welcome everyone.
I love how when they came out, the comedian lady, she started saying, "Oh, let me
started
flex
doing me too." She's a comedian. So
yeah.
She does that. She's also a host of one of the game shows they have out there.
And Shirley Raff, remember I told you she embarrassed her daughter.
I have my daughter's single and she's looking for a rich
if there's any rich men out there. She didn't say she looking. She said if there's any rich so men. Her daughter probably like, why you do that? I'm not looking for nobody.
I'm sure she has a nice looking daughter because she's has a nice looking husband.
She's cute.
You seen her?
Her son and her daughter look just like her light skinned version.
Really?
Yeah, it's so
her
funny.
Husband's fair skin.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, real light, but like her.
Like her face?
Her face. It's so cute. Her daughter's cute and her son is cute.
Okay.
Well, here we go.
There was pros and cons with this one.
All right.
This couple.
Emerald says she's that educated actor. That's right. You talking about what's her name in Abbott?
Who's the educated actor?
In the Abbott Elementary.
Oh, okay. So we gotta catch up on their comments.
Right.
What you guys are commenting on. Okay.
All right, Gabrielle Union and Dwayne Wade. Let's start off with the bad.
The bad.
No, let's start off with the ugly first.
Oh,
the ugly first.
Bad, the ugly. Okay.
Although there was a lot of things that I did agree with what Dwayne Wade said about Zaya, his daughter, his son who is transgendering into a girl. Mm-hmm. Dwayne Wade said that she was born a girl. No, she was not.
Negro, when that girl came out of your wife, he had a little private part that was male.
So we have got to get away.
He was not born a girl.
We have got to get away from saying, and I know this is a touchy subject. There is a biological difference between a man and a woman.
Right. If
you go to the hospital and there is an emergency and they roll you into the emergency room and the doctor says, is this a female or a male? They need to know.
Thank you.
Or they even need to know if you transgender. If you have anything that was removed or replaced,
added on,
or added, anything.
Yes.
How are you different than what you was born rolling into this emergency room?
Thank you.
The doctor will need to know that.
I'm sure every medical.
You're not going to use pronouns.
No.
You're not going to say that's a they.
They did that on Grey's Anatomy, and I get the point, but that. Pretty much the bottom line was get him into the emergency room.
Get him in the emergency room.
Them.
We'll talk about that later.
Get them in there.
Or here's another example. There is a cold case of a murder case, and they find the remains of that murder case, that person. They are going to identify genetically whether that was a male or a female that is in that grave.
Yeah.
Or left on the side of the road. So they're not going to say, did anybody lose a they 20 years ago?
Is this a transgender part?
We have a they that was found in the woods. Any theys out there? Any missing theys? Anybody's missing they?
You made a comment about Laverne Cox and how pretty much transparent Laverne is. She's real.
I like Laverne Cox,
and she don't. I mean, they identify. You gotta say what it is. You gotta be really clear.
Laverne supports the people who are that says that or whatever, but she. Is her and T.S. Madison and other transgenders are very comfortable with saying I was born a male and I transgendered into a female.
Why couldn't he?
I felt like I was a female inside. So I'm looking like how I feel on the inside.
What I feel. What's the word where you identify it?
I didn't like when he said that Zaya was born a girl.
And she was not. And I'm sure her mom sitting at home going, what is wrong with you, black man?
Right. That part right there, that's the ugly.
Okay.
The other part I didn't like, I understand Gabrielle's
fight for this.
I understand her power, her drive.
Yes. Energy.
Zaya is not your daughter.
Nope. She has a mom.
She has a mom who is a born again Christian. Who does not agree
with her
son transgendering into a woman.
And she's made it clear.
The only person, in my opinion, who should be talking about Zaya is Dwayne Wade.
Dwayne Wade
and
his relationship and the ex-wife.
You should not say nothing. And if you do say something, it should be general about I'm supporting his fight.
I'm going to be beside her and help her with the fight with others that are feeling how she's feeling.
But I'm tired of people trying to make other people agree with them. If people don't agree with you, agree to disagree.
Yes, and move on.
But I do agree that you should not hurt somebody or not love your child.
Right. And the LGBTQ community is always fighting for equal rights as well. They should not be mistreated. Yes. They should be able to be hired in on a job, and because of them being a part of that community. I get it, Gabrielle. Right. But when she started to...
She was too harsh.
Now, I won't say this is ugly. I say this is the bad. Because we said good, bad, ugly.
All right.
We said good because she's an advocate.
Right.
And who she is as an actress, a known
actress.
Use your
platform.
She's using her platform. The bad is when you start saying... like how Ben Crump got up.
We'll talk about that later.
And the comments we were making, everybody was in agreement.
Everybody
it's about justice for all.
Oh, we all need to. It was like she was angry. Like she was
Don't forget about the LGBTQ and the transgenders.
We got you. But right now, we got cops putting legs on black men's necks. And other cops are gunning down black men, pulling them over, and you pulling them out the car and stuff. That's what we're talking about now. I get what you're saying.
Yes. Be an advocate. Be strong.
I got you. But, honey, you was too strong.
Too strong.
At the NAACP Awards.
Angry. And I was telling my mom the other day, I said,
dang, all right, we got you.
We're not going to forget about the LGBTQ community because everybody's not in agreement with that. So you got to understand, everybody's not like running to you going, I got you.
Right.
Because some people still going, I don't know.
Exactly.
Can we get on the same page with what Ben Crump is saying is that
Black. We'll get to that. Yeah.
Let's look at the race, the people of color that are probably transgenders.
Yeah.
Black. They need justice for all as well.
Right.
When the police is chasing them.
Right. But I do understand. I liked when he talked about supporting your child, loving your child.
He
apologize, whatever. I get all of that. I'm for that. I liked when he did that. I felt like, again, the stuff that Gabrielle was saying is fine. She just was too angry and too
uptight.
Right, too uptight, and that's always her personality. That's why I don't really like Gabrielle.
I'm not a fan of her, you guys.
Emerald said these people seem to me that they are using their child to stay relevant. If that is true, it's sad.
That's a good point.
It's
sad.
A good point. It's like you gotta be like an advocate for something.
Yeah.
Why not this?
Yeah. And then too, the reason why she has to be careful with that, because like Sarah on The View, Sarah says, my brother is part of the LGBTQ community. Who else do you know, Gabrielle, except for your stepdaughter?
Right. She might know some people. And then Emerald says this is why people feel that it's being forced on them. That's what it felt like. She was forcing everybody. And it's like, don't do that. That's not the way that you bring people into your conversation and into your, and then again, you're not transgender.
Thank you.
If Laverne Cox was up there and was passionate about being ridiculed or hurt
teased or beaten, abused, violated.
And the sad thing about it is Laverne Cox, who is transgender, would have been a better spokesperson that night to include that.
Yeah.
Not Gabrielle.
Yeah. Yeah. I think she, who was it that said that we have to be careful that these guys are not using that
as to be relevant.
Because this is still an ongoing thing with him and the mother of the child.
And don't discount the mom. And it's the same thing with being gay. If you can still love your child and not agree with their lifestyle.
Exactly. Or if your child is swinging on a pole at some strip club.
I was getting ready to say that. It's not always about gay and transgender.
Yeah.
It's anything.
Any lifestyle that they're living. They could be living with some 5 men and they just swinging on a pole whenever they want to.
We talked off the thing and I said, we know somebody who had a child who was being abused by their husband.
Yes.
Very affluent couple.
Yes.
And I was sitting there going, I'm sure they wasn't happy with their daughter being in that relationship.
Right. Very abusive, very verbally and physically abusive.
So I can love you, but not support you in that relationship.
Exactly.
So it's the
or
same
your
thing.
child can be in a so weird religion or
something.
satanic cult, and you're like, oh Lord, what has he got into? But I love him. I love covers.
Exactly.
We got to go back to the word. Those of us who believe in the word of God, he says, love covers a multitude of sin.
Yep.
If we're feeling that that's sin and we're like, oh no,
then
pray and love them.
That's it.
Love them through it, love them around it, love them out of it, whatever.
Yes.
Love.
And if you do agree and you support them, support them.
Support them.
Either one. I don't like what everyone said, some people feel forced. I don't like people to force something on me.
And I felt she was doing that.
Yes.
Yeah,
so
like she was trying to follow that big old standing ovation that Dan got.
No, honey. Everybody was sitting there like this when Gabrielle was talking.
It was like, especially the black folks, the old school ones, they're like,
if you think you're going to get a room full of black people standing up and clapping because you talking about a guy transitioning into a girl, that is not in our community.
And it's not,
and nobody's gonna stand up and be like, yeah.
It's not even just a guy, it's a child.
That's the other thing. Zaya's not even 18 yet.
No, she's a child.
So now you got a whole nother description. There's people who are transgender who don't agree with somebody underage transitioning.
Yeah, because they're like, whoa, you're under your parents' care.
And they were like, it took me a while to figure out what I wanted and how I wanted to navigate through this. So, but I do like the fact that they are supportive. I like the fact that Dwayne Wade, that's the good. I like the fact he's supportive. And he's taking a lot of hits from that.
Yeah. And
he's allowed, quote unquote, black men who are like, to feel more at ease if something like that happens in your own
Magic
home.
Johnson.
That's what I'm saying. Magic to me started it. People was like, okay, Magic, all right, okay, everybody, all right, everybody relax. If Magic is good, because his son not just gay, his son is flamboyant.
Yes.
So
he is.
So everybody's relaxed and calmed down now. That these black men who are supposed to be black men are cool and okay and supporting their kids. Right.
Okay.
All right. So Emerald says, I never liked her either. Her characters are the same mentally.
Thank you.
Yeah, she always plays that same girl, bad girl. Like, who are you?
With the smart attitude. She talks a lot.
Wendy says, I'm back. She's always nasty. Gabrielle.
Ooh,
yeah.
Okay. We all feeling it then.
Wendy said, I said Will should have come. They would have embraced him.
Yeah.
Ben Crump was powerful.
Yeah.
And Jay Boogie says, so has he had surgery yet? No.
That was the big thing. The mom
is not, and that's what I'm saying.
She's under 18. Mom says no. You carry those feelings with you after 18. Exactly. You can do what you want.
And that's why I don't like Gabby saying nothing, because she said stuff like that we need to support as parents. That's not you did not birth Zaya.
Thank you.
So let her mom
and was
her
there
dad
part of that
say
speech
that.
You think to the mom?
I think it was. I think she was talking to Dwayne Wade's ex-wife.
Watch it,
because it was angry, and it was like, you need to let people be who they are.
Yes,
and you need to support them, and all people, not just some people. So I just felt like it was a little personal. Yeah, that's how I felt.
There we go.
And you can tell Dwayne Wade was uncomfortable. Whoa. Go back and look at it, and look at his face while she was talking. He was kind of uncomfortable. Like, all right, if he could, he would pull her off the stage with a giant cane.
No, you can't do her like that.
Oh God,
she did have a pretty dress on, though. I did like her dress.
Yeah. Other than that, I like that. I like good.
Yeah. Okay.
When she's an advocate for something, she's an advocate.
She goes, and she's been abused.
So that's good.
She's talked about that on The View.
Yeah,
so
she's been abused.
She gets it.
So I get it. That's the good I like about her.
Okay.
When she's for something, she's for it.
Thank you.
And she will march you down for it.
Step on your face.
Yeah.
Okay.
So all right.
Okay.
Zendaya.
I felt like she had a bathing suit on because I'm like, you have dressed.
Zendaya? Oh, okay.
For me, it was to me a little, she's cute and got the nice shape for it, but it just didn't fit that environment. It felt like she was on a beach or like, you know how people would say, wear your white to the to the beach party?
Well, here's the thing with Zendaya.
Event. Well, she could have dressed a little bit
Here's
more.
the thing with Zendaya.
Yeah.
I love Zendaya.
Okay.
All right.
I
watched
her
her
too.
I know, but I'm biased because like DDG, I watched him grow up. So I watched Zendaya since she was young on Nickelodeon and all that stuff.
Okay.
And I'm biased. So I don't care. Wear whatever, Zendaya.
No, don't wear whatever. Somebody needs to pull her back. Her stylist need to put, even if you wanted to. I don't have a problem with her showing her flesh because she has a cute shape.
And she's little.
That's just a tacky outfit for that night.
But she don't look nasty or nothing because she's so little.
Yeah. She
now,
gets away with it.
I don't like when somebody wears that and they look like they came off of the whatever.
Like the outfit Little Kim wore.
The highway.
Where the breast was out.
Yeah.
She had a little covering over that.
That's the same exact thing Zendaya got on. But she's
hers
so little.
It's cleaner than Little Kim's outfit from the
Well,
Grammys.
she's so little. It don't even matter. That's what I'm saying.
That's true. How old is she?
Oh,
she's still young?
She young. She young.
Okay.
Emerald says Gabriel needs to stop overstepping her place. I give the mother praise for not running a Rambo.
Yeah, that's true.
So Zendaya was looking
cute.
She was
nominated too.
Yeah.
For one of the...
Janelle, she was there. Okay. Nothing big about her, was it?
Her dress was okay.
Yeah, that was.
She normally wears black and white, don't she?
Yeah. What's with the red?
She used
Excuse me.
Okay.
I don't know what that verb. What's with the What's with the red?
I don't know.
Maybe she's trying to come out of that.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. And with her, I can go both ways. Mm-hmm. I like her acting more than her singing. She can too.
Dun-dun-dun. All right, go ahead.
Stage. What was the dun-dun for?
Lesbian. Go boy. You said go both ways.
No, not that. Not
I said funny. You said I could go both ways.
She is bi, right?
No, I think she's lesbian.
Lesbian, okay. Yeah. But I'm talking about her singing versus her dancing and her acting.
She could do a lot of stuff.
She can do a lot. She can do it all, but the singing probably would be on the bottom.
Wendy says entertainers can get away with it, and she's petite. Yeah, she's little.
Petite.
That's why I said she's little.
Yeah.
So, what's her name? Zendaya. Mm-hmm. Nothing with him. Now him.
He had to let people know that he is a born again believer in Jesus Christ.
I liked him.
He's funny though.
I
watched his character in the show that he's in. I watched his character and I'm like, he does go over the top.
He's opposite of what Gabby did.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
He said some stuff, but not like Gabby.
Yeah.
It was more like, we all,
my first time us being represented.
Yeah, thank you. With my blue suit on.
Thank you, everybody.
On. I look cute.
Thank you.
I look cute. You look cute. We all look cute. Can we all get along?
Thank you.
He's more like that.
Understand that we got this.
Yes.
We are fierce.
And I made a comment to my sister. Mm-hmm. He did say, I want everybody to know.
Giving honor to God, who is the head of my life.
And Lord.
Lord.
Not just God, Jesus.
Lord.
I want everybody to know who I serve. Mm-hmm. And I told my sister, why is it that everybody is so shocked when almost growing up, every band, whatever, in the choir, that's all that was mostly in the choir.
Yeah, in our choirs.
And the leaders, the band leaders, and the musicians, and all of that.
Choirs now, you
homosexuality
guys.
is not new in the church.
Choirs now. There's people you guys singing their music too.
Not choirs, main singers.
So people over the groups. But we won't go there.
Or main singers.
Exactly.
Female and male. Gospel artists are closeted. But people have let them out a long time ago.
They don't come out. They don't boom. This is what I am. The only person that has really come out is Tone.
Yeah. And you see what happened. That's what it is. Apart. The black people, our community has always been don't ask, don't tell. Mm-hmm. Even though that's not right.
You kind of guess.
It's not right. But we have always, in church and everywhere, well, we know, but just don't say nothing.
Right. I kind of knew he was or she was, but they don't say nothing.
Don't say nothing.
He ain't never with nobody. Is he married? Girl, don't say nothing.
Don't say nothing. We don't say nothing, people. Mm-hmm. And not just with...
We don't talk about it either.
And not just with homosexuality, with everything.
Yes.
Girl, don't say nothing. She got...
It's her son kind of...
Don't say nothing. That's how our community is. Don't say nothing.
We talk amongst ourselves. Don't say nothing.
That child look like him. Don't say nothing.
Girl, I don't know if that's a father.
What's his name with such and such, and they both. Girl, don't say. Don't say it. Don't. Girl, don't say nothing. Girl, that guy that owned that real place, he his wife and his wife and the husband of this other lady. I seen him. Girl, don't say nothing.
And why that car always be at the
Don't
house?
say nothing.
Girl, I won't say nothing.
Isn't her son a little? Don't say nothing.
Bless their heart.
Bless their heart. That's what my grandmother would say. Bless their heart.
Bless her heart.
Grandma, isn't that man? Don't say nothing. Don't say nothing.
Keep on moving.
That's our community.
Yes.
Don't say nothing.
We even got stories back from our grandmother and great grandmother.
Don't say nothing.
How many uncles is that?
Don't say nothing. Is that her real uncle or?
Girl,
don't say nothing. Don't say nothing. Are you my daddy? Don't say nothing. So we come from a generation, a community of don't say nothing.
Yes.
So now people are saying something.
They're saying something.
We have social media. We have everything now.
Mm-hmm.
So this is not new.
Yeah.
It's not brand new to hear somebody who is gay say, I love Jesus. I love God.
Yes.
We just sweep it under the rug for so long. We so used to not hearing it.
And then we go quick to judging. But yet the man who has cheated on the wife
we don't
with
say
5
nothing.
women.
Don't say nothing.
And 10 kids out of wedlock.
Thank you.
He okay.
Or the deacon who's sleeping with everybody in the church.
And they mama. Okay.
Right. Don't say nothing.
But that's no different than what? Sin is, that's number 2 sin?
Yeah.
And this one's number 1?
We level sin.
Oh, gossip is number 7.
God don't level sin. We level sin.
Thank you.
So as long as we know that.
But
and I'm fine. Here's the
too.
thing. I'm fine with us leveling sin. As long as we call it what it is. It's us leveling sin, not God.
Oh, hello.
All of it is sin.
We try to be a spokesperson for God,
exactly.
God, thus said the Lord God.
Because we level sin, and I don't mind that. Yeah. I do think there's a difference between lusting after an adult woman and lusting after a child. To me, I don't have no. Yeah. So I don't have a problem with people leveling sin.
Okay.
I don't have a problem. But don't put that to God.
I never thought about it that way.
Because he sees it all the same.
I never thought about it that way.
It's all the same.
We do the levels. We do the levels. Categorizing, and this is number 2.
Yes.
And this is number 7.
Yes.
Okay.
That's different than that. But God sees it all the same.
Sin.
It's all
just sin to him.
Yeah.
Get the hearts right.
Emerald says, as Wendy said before, all sins are equal.
Thank you.
Exactly.
We don't say that though, like you're saying.
Exactly. Which is fine. Which is fine. All right, that's
what
Brittany again. This is just them in the room.
Okay.
Brittany in the room. Kerry Washington. Nothing big about Kerry Washington.
She introduced her friend Serena. I didn't know they were good friends.
Oh, you made a comment about when Serena went up on stage. She can overthrow
Kerry
Washington.
Like boom.
And Kerry Washington little.
She is. She's
so
petite.
can you imagine being next to Serena Williams?
And Serena's always probably getting judged for being a thick girl, but I bet you if we see her in person, she is not that big.
Yeah.
I ran into Monique back in the day when Monique did her show.
Oh yeah.
And I told Kim it was at the comedian Monique. And she was doing the Parkers. And it was at the Essence Award. Essence
she wasn't that big.
A woman's festival. I looked, I said, Kim.
Not that big.
Because I had to do volunteering for the Essence. So I see actors. I saw Kim Coles. I saw Sherry Shepherd.
Everybody's not as big.
They were all little.
Yeah,
I was like, gosh darn it. They not big.
No.
Like big. Like
with us, I look like a giant sumo here.
Yeah.
I'm big in person. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But not as big. I'm bigger on here.
The camera.
Jay Boogie, Emerald says, I am guilty too. I level sin. And there's nothing wrong with that.
I do too.
Don't say God does, because he doesn't.
Thank you.
Jay Boogie says, God will not forgive for blasphemy. And Wendy says, gender neutral, non-binary gender, pangender, gender queer, 2 spirits, 3rd gender, all or none, or none.
I have
none at all.
Just so you know, Wendy, I have a chart. My job, one of my jobs, we had to do some workshop. We had to do a workshop, and they gave us a chart of the breakdown of the LGBTQ and even other letters. And they had to teach us, because we have to work with patients. We do in-home care, in-house care. So some of our patients may identify as another sex, and we have to be very careful how we treat them, how we take care of them. So I got a chart. I'll send it to you.
She said
that has the breakdown of each one as far as how they identify themselves in those categories, and then how we take care of them. Like my sister said, if they're born a male and he identifies as a female, I still have to treat him as the body as a male.
Right.
But I
okay.
have to talk to him as the female that he identifies as.
Janelle, Wendy says Janelle is pangender. Okay.
See, and it was on my thing too, what pangenders are.
Queen Latifah, you talked about her.
I loved her outfit,
outfits.
you guys. She represented the fluffy women.
She did good.
Very well.
She kept
she
this
came
look
out
on.
with a nice dress. Her next dress was sharp. I would wear that one, that next one, because I don't like my arms out.
No, she was good. She was good.
And I like this outfit because this is more of her hip hop style.
Okay, that was sure. That's when they was being extra.
They were being funny.
They was funny.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Viola won.
We all can love Viola.
Yeah, and then again, I kept thinking of the controversy with the king, the king. What is
Woman
it?
King?
Woman King. I keep calling it Lion King.
Was her husband with her, right?
Yeah,
kind of helped her walk up the stairs.
Yeah.
I like
but
her.
She won. I love Viola Davis.
When she's on The View and she gives her point of view, I love how she speaks. She's good with how she talks.
This what you saying, the Black Panther one.
He has some communication problems.
Yeah, he does.
I was almost expecting a Herschel Walker kind of talk, but I'm like, ooh.
Yeah. Okay. This guy won, Black Panther. That was the Mexican guy.
Was he Mexican though? We knew he was Hispanic.
Well, I don't know. I think
his heritage Mexican.
And the movie he's Mexican. She was in there too. Remember, she was the one, the girl that came to get and she helped. Remember? See, you don't even remember her. I don't even remember. She was the young girl.
She fixes up well.
Yeah.
I didn't even recognize
she was the young
her.
Girl that was in the movie.
Okay.
So that Black Panther won. There's more Brittany.
I think people missed the question that Queen Latifah asked. Who in the audience can raise their hand who made over $1 billion? That man made a lot of money. $1 billion.
Oh yeah, here we go. I thought of y'all, Wendy, when Jonathan was up there with that cover.
Yeah.
And then Queen Latifah said, let me not look, because I may get off. Yeah. It was kind of stale with her and him.
It was a lot of dry. It was too dead. Some dead moments.
Wendy says Janelle, she sleeps with all. That's what pangender.
Yeah.
And Jay Boogie says there's too many gender identifications. I can't keep up. Wendy says, what did you think of Crump? And then Wendy says Mexican. Yeah, so he was Mexican.
He's Mexican? Okay. We got to make sure because we can't just say the wrong.
Dang, they really doing a lot of Britney pictures, aren't they? Is that the dress?
That was their first dress she came out in.
Oh, yeah. Nothing big with
I didn't understand what she had on in the one earring. I noticed
she almost fell. She almost fell. She said her shoe was hurting or messed up or something.
Yeah.
But that was it.
Tracy, to me, is not like her mom when it comes to fashion.
Oh, no.
Because her mom does it.
Yeah.
Tracy needs
She has her own style.
Yeah, she needs help.
She has her own style.
Okay.
Now,
this is
Ben
the man
Crump.
of the hour.
Now, you keep asking about what we think about Ben Crump. Now, Wendy, you sent us this video, which was, my mother said she cried.
Teary-eyed.
So let's listen to Ben Crump. We won't be able to listen to all of it, but skip ahead. Let's see if it'll let us skip ahead. And he went on. Let's see if it catches up.
Right. I felt that Gabrielle wanted that same energy for our children's future.
And it's not. Yeah.
And the whole LGBTQ and the whole transgendering.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah.
But understand, Zazaya, she's black first.
Right. Even if she is transgender, she's still black.
She black. When she's driving in her car,
that's it.
The cop's not going to pull her over and say, you're a transgender or you're going too fast.
It's race. And here's the thing. The reason why Mama said she cried, the reason why you probably cried too, Mom, because you are part of history. And what DeSantis is trying to do, and other people like him, is erase our history.
Yes.
And when you erase somebody's history, they become irrelevant.
Yes.
And that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to blend it. They keep saying America is a melting pot. I don't like that term.
Right.
I don't like melting pot.
Right.
Because when you're a melting pot, you become a big glob of something.
Right. You blend
I like America's differences. I like seeing our distinctions. I like seeing our different colors, our different heritage. That's what makes America. America is not a melting pot.
No.
America is a place where we all come together.
They don't like the melting
pot. I don't
pot.
like the melting pot.
Blending in.
Because that's what he's trying to, DeSantis and them are doing. They're trying to make it a melting pot.
No.
One voice, one word, it's like.
And I get it because I'm thinking too, some people are even saying coming from not only from the fear thing of we don't want our kids uncomfortable about history.
Right.
If they're reading about things that's negative and what we did wrong or whoever did wrong,
right.
we don't want them sitting there feeling guilty. Oh, my grandparents. Oh, my great grandparents were slave owners, whatever.
Okay.
But even on the other side of that, that blending is a Christianity thing.
Right.
Everybody as one, but you can't. Even with the Christianity thing, if you think about it, even in the Jews. Jesus made a point when he talked about a Samaritan that Jews even say, we don't even deal with Samaritans. I believe he specifically spoke to that Samaritan woman to say, with all the ethnicities in this world, you don't treat nobody any different.
Exactly.
And they have history as well. You may not like it. You're going to have to deal with it because I came here that you guys will love one another. Yeah. So I'm so glad that was one thing in the Bible that he did show and was the Samaritan.
And I like how the thing that I liked about Ben Crump, and I think his message was so powerful. Number one is because who he is, he's actually in the trenches.
Right.
He's actually there representing people who are going through these cases, and then to see even his history, that he has a history of doing this even before becoming, everybody knowing who he is.
Exactly.
He was doing it when people didn't know who he was.
Right.
But that was what I was saying. Even with the Gabrielle would have been more powerful if she was transgender, if she was Laverne Cox, because you're in the trenches. People will listen to you more.
Yes.
So I felt like his message was powerful because he has to go home and listen to these moms cry over their children being taken away, or
he's working hand in hand with this.
And to say, that's the other thing, to say that African American studies should not be taught. You're saying that our history shouldn't be taught. Because we are history.
But he made a comment like you're saying.
Yes.
African American history is
American history. So do you want us not to call it African American history? But you got to include more black people in your story.
See? I don't even get
all
it.
these kids know about is George Washington Carver and the peanut. That's all they know about. They don't know about anybody else.
Harriet Tubman.
And Martin Luther King. They don't know about anybody else. Right. They don't know about all the inventions and all of this.
I was telling Kim, I watched the 700 Club episode because this is all still Black History Month. We got a few days left. Ooh. But
one day.
One day left. You're right. They talked about the infantry, the women's army. It was 800 black women that was part of this group that the women joined the military back when we were fighting with Germany. And they needed the mail. It was mail that stacked up and the soldiers were not getting their mail. So the morale was down. Nobody was talking to them from home or whatever. And these women joined the military, and some of them was probably in there before this, but they came together, 800 black women. And I think it was the one from Puerto Rico and so forth, came together. They was given 6 months to clear up the mail and get it all together and get them out to the soldiers. These women did it in 3 months.
Yeah,
I would have never known about that. Thank you, 700
Under harsh
Club.
conditions.
Thank you. Yeah, very harsh conditions. Thank you, 700 Club, for sharing that. But these are little
That's
snippets.
American history.
That's American history that even white people and Latino people need to know.
And I agree with him that we have to continually fight for it. That's the part where I'm kind of disappointed in black people. Because we push like rap or whatever, but we don't push our history.
We don't.
Most of our kids don't know anything. And that's our fault.
Yeah, that's true.
That's our fault.
Some parents are very good at it, but when it comes to the school
should be pushing that.
The curriculum should have that. My mom said, like we said before, she didn't know about the 3 black women with hidden figures.
Yeah, that's
in the
ridiculous.
NASA program.
Yeah,
we not know black people were a part of the NASA program.
So I agree.
That should be in the book.
I agree with what he's saying. I support everything that he's saying. But I take it a step further and say that it's not just about DeSantis and this. It's black people.
Black people.
We're
not demanding that this
that
be
call
happening.
should go out to all of us, not just other people, other races trying to
That's true.
X you out of history. You need to push your history. It used to be a day when black people would tell stories back in the day, where grandmothers would sit down while they was combing your hair. Right. You would get your hair, you scratch your scalp,
the storytelling
or they would do the straightening comb.
Yep.
And you would hear stories, and they'd tell about Big Ma and Big Mama and all of them. We don't have that anymore because people don't sit down with their kids and talk like that anymore.
Talk about it.
So we have to do that.
Yeah.
So I understand him saying that, and I understand black people cheering, but we have to carry that mantle first.
Responsibility.
We have, and if you don't think it's important, why would DeSantis think it's important?
Thank you.
If you as a black race don't think it's important, why would any of them think it's important?
And then too, don't always be quick to think of it as negative history. It's not all negative. Even with the ugly in our history, you know not to repeat it.
You need to know the good, the bad, and the ugly.
Forward from it. Grow from it.
Yes. There were black people who owned slaves.
Yes.
So if you're going to teach slavery, teach it.
They all down in that area. And then the whole Civil War. Yeah. Just understanding the whole purpose of that. And people need to know. So
Wendy says you must hear the whole thing. Yeah. You could go on BET networks on YouTube.
They're playing
they're playing the whole thing. Wendy says Crump is powerful. Wendy says no two black people are the same shade. They should have been there. He would have been shown love, got a standing ovation. All right, y'all.
Okay.
So I'm moving on. We behind. Well, we was talking about rappers. Real quick, Florida judge issues an arrest warrant for Kodak Black. Kodak Black is the one that Trump pardoned. He was one of the rappers that Trump pardoned.
Really?
And now he getting ready to be arrested again. He tested positive for fentanyl, and he's on probation.
What
and you can't test positive for a drug when you are on probation.
And he was pardoned.
He was pardoned.
Oh, see, I bet Trump probably
the new arrest warrant, which was obtained by ABC News Miami affiliate, follows Black's 2019 guilty plea related to federal firearms offenses. President Donald Trump commuted his sentence after Black served half of it. Black was also charged in 2022 with drug trafficking.
So he ain't learned his lesson.
Nah.
May have to go back, my brother.
So once they catch him, be ready for us to follow up on that story because Kodak is going back to prison.
Dude.
All right, Emerald. If Emerald's still there, because I know she was working.
Yo, Michael B. Jordan.
Michael B. Jordan calls out reporter for past comment. So I play that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Jordan, yum, yum. I can say that because, he's just delicious. He just is. And I missed him when he was here.
He missed you.
Well, I tell you, he had a red carpet reunion with an old classmate who is now a radio show host, podcaster or something. And you know about this, don't you? He reminded her about some past on-air comments she may have made about him. Take a look.
The director and the star of Creed 3. And, we know each other. We go way back all the way to Chad Science in Newark, okay?
Oh, the corny kid, right?
No. I did not say that. Misquoted for sure. No, you did not hear me say I said we used to make fun of the name. But, yeah, he is obviously killing things out here.
Yep.
He is not joking.
The corny kid.
I'm the corny one, right?
Right? You call me the corny kid.
So I agree that I felt like he handled it with grace.
Yeah.
I felt like he probably wanted to say that to her for so long.
Oh, God.
And that was his perfect time. Yes. You at my event interviewing me on the red carpet for my movie.
The corny kid.
The corny kid. The one y'all used to tease. Yeah. And then it was so funny because they came back, her, a couple other black women. You still corny because you only date white women.
That's a good one.
So Emerald,
I'm sorry, Emma. When he dated Steve Harvey's daughter, I was like, wait a minute. That's out of his element. Why are they dating? And I'm thinking,
so that's
not his type.
Everybody keeps saying
the corny kid.
Yeah, everybody
should have played it off and said, "Yeah, you still corny."
Well, she just said you're not corny anymore.
I would have still said you still corny, Michael. I love you, but you corny.
But we don't
just
know.
keep it real. He's a stale guy.
And my thing is, who cares if people called you corny? Yeah. Whatever. But it was nice of him.
Called him worse.
It was nice of him to get back at her though.
The ladies on The View was like, being called corny is the least.
That's what I'm saying.
Other people been called.
She could have called you a whoremonger,
anything. Oh, bully or big head.
I can see him
bubble eyes.
I can see him being called corny.
Yeah, he's corny.
She said they called him corny because he would bring his
lunch.
Resumes or whatever, the headshots to school, and people was like, "You so corny."
Gosh.
So they was saying he was corny.
And there's nothing wrong with being corny.
Nothing wrong with being corny to me.
She should have played it off. If she was a comedian,
I would have played it off.
I know you would have.
I would have played it off. I'm trying to turn this fan off.
Yeah.
But there we go. I'm turning everything on but the fan. But yeah, I would. It don't matter. So I would say, call me corny. You on my red carpet now interviewing me.
Yeah.
But it is some black women out there that's like, you still corny.
You still corny.
I like Michael B. Jordan. I don't care who he dates.
Corny to me is not negative. Corny is like nerdish kind.
It's not negative to me.
No.
Wendy says, what did you think about Will not being there? Will can't go to
I don't
it.
Expect
Will can't go to these shows.
Yeah.
Wendy, he can't go to.
It's too soon.
It's too soon.
It's too soon.
Because if he would have gone, then people would have said, "Oh, now that you can't go to the Oscars, you're gonna go to the NAACP. Now you want to go to the Black People's Award because you can't go to the Oscars
still
anymore."
Come to the barbecue,
right?
But not to their event.
They would have been mad if he came, and mad if he wouldn't have come, and whatever.
It's too soon.
Then on the other token, somebody could say, "Oh, NAACP. Now Will got kicked out of the Oscars. Now you want him to come to the NAACP awards and get his award."
Is that a feel sorry for him award?
Right. But they said he did good at Emancipation.
Okay.
So it was probably a deserving award.
Okay.
It's just he can't go.
I don't want him to do like what Denzel said at the Oscars.
Yeah,
got two birds and a thing.
Yeah,
he made that comment because he and Halle both won that year. Yeah, and then I think we even won something else. And I don't feel sorry for us and to give us awards.
I agree that had he come, people would have given him a standing ovation. Probably. They would have clapped or whatever. We talking about the studio, the audience, the TV audience.
Yeah,
you talking about the people in the room.
Yeah,
the people in the room would have given him a standing ovation. They would have cheered.
There's a mixture.
He would have went up
in that room. Too.
Yeah. Oh, you're right. Some people in that room would not.
No,
because they don't like what he did.
Yeah.
So
they holding on to that. So you never know. But in my opinion, I think it's just too soon.
It's too soon. Emerald says my family is from Virginia. Wendy said on Good Morning America and on MSNBC, everybody said he should have embraced his people. He would have gotten a standing ovation. And that's why I disagree with you.
Yeah.
And she said, I disagree. He was exceptional. He should have embraced his own people. Many people agree. See, that's why I don't agree. Okay. The reason why you saying he should, many people would have, exceptional and our people would have embraced him is why I say he shouldn't have gone. Emerald says we all are a little corny, so she is hating. Yeah. You talking about the Michael B. Jordan person. But yeah, that's the reason why, Wendy, you're saying we would have embraced him is why I don't think he should have come. I'm going opposite of what you're saying. Okay. Because we would have embraced him.
Yeah.
And that's the problem, is that we, Black people, we take everything. We get slapped in the face.
Yeah.
We get punched. We get put down. We take you back.
O.J. Simpson got taken back.
Kanye is still, Black brothers is still like, yo, Kanye.
And I really think
it don't matter what we do. We embrace each other regardless of what we do.
If R. Kelly came, then back to
Chicago.
If
R. Kelly came, they will embrace R. Kelly. And anybody that says
we take the beating and the wounded and the scorn.
We take everybody back. That's us.
Come on, baby.
And we take white people that say bad things about us or whatever. We all, baby, don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
You wasn't feeling good when you said that. Kobe, go get him some lemonade.
Yes,
he'd
yes,
be all
he'd
right.
be all right.
You didn't mean that when you said we was.
No, I didn't, Grandma. I didn't.
No, white person.
Oh, okay.
You didn't mean that when you called us the N-word.
No, Miss Linda, I didn't.
He didn't mean that, y'all.
I'm
he
sorry.
was under a lot of pressure.
Mm-hmm.
So get you.
See, Grandma don't love covers.
Go get you some lemonade. And
thank you, Miss Linda.
That's all right. Y'all don't hate Bob. Bob didn't mean that.
Bob, you okay?
Bob is okay.
I'm gonna pray for you, Bob.
I'll pray for you.
I love to praise. I tell the Lord Jesus.
We take everybody back. So no,
that's true. That's true.
You wasn't at you can't go to the Oscars. Don't come to the NAACP award. Not this year. Next year.
Oh, you know what? It's so funny you said that because I'm watching that one show on Hulu about these women queen. They call them queens in the drug dealing.
Yeah.
They got Kingpin. That high up. And this guy was a I don't think was he a transgender? Her name was Drew. Lisa Ray. Was it Lisa Ray? What's her last name?
Okay, go ahead.
He was into the because he did hair. He was a hairstylist as well and did the frauding with the credit cards. But he did Mariah Carey, big names of people. And Lisa Ray was one of them. She got him started, got him involved, and he meeting everybody and flamboyant and whatever. Well, of course he got caught because he's telling his story. Right, had to go to prison and so forth. She's the only one that stood with him, saying that he's changed and she stayed as a friend.
We always do.
I just thought about that because we do continue to support one another.
We always do. As black people. As black people, we always do.
Go ahead.
Wendy says he would have felt a lot better. Forgiveness. How can you love God who can you not see and yet love your brother you cannot? You going too deep, Wendy. We ain't going that deep. We ain't talking about loving Will Smith. Oh. We still love Will Smith. I think we still gonna go see Bad Boys. Right. Oh yeah. We still support Will Smith. Yeah. The bottom line is we're talking about
our opinion,
perception of what is right and what is wrong.
My opinion was that he didn't need to be there.
No, he didn't.
I'm glad that they gave him an award.
Right.
And I guess because
you even saw when Janelle said his name, she kind of was like Will Smith.
She didn't say it all excited.
She didn't go Will Smith
because
she was like, "How's everybody going?"
What's her name that was on the Destiny's Child?
Yeah,
Roland. Kelly.
Yeah, Kelly.
She said something about what's his name? Was it Will Smith or was it a Chris Brown? It was
Chris Brown. Yeah.
So we didn't get that from Janelle.
No.
When she said Will Smith's
name. She was like Will Smith.
And from my opinion, that mood could have been on others. Yeah.
And all I'm saying is it doesn't when you was talking about the love of God and all this multitude, that's not what we're talking about.
Right.
We're talking about simple entertainment. You were banned from going to the Oscars.
The crowd booed you
because you smacked Chris Rock. Period. And Chris Rock is black.
Yeah. Yeah. So you heard another black
He's an entertainer. Yeah. Y'all two black men. You went up on stage and slapped another black man.
You humiliated him.
Now, nobody's saying your career should be gone. Nobody's saying we shouldn't go see Bad Boys. Nobody's saying we don't forgive you or whatever. We love Will Smith. We're going to continue to support him. But don't get kicked out of the white man's show and then come to the black man's show. So regardless of people
and who's to say
waving and
been doing this movie,
clapping and all of that other stuff.
Right.
Nah,
I'm surprised that he was nominated, but you said he did the right well in that movie.
Yes, he did the right thing. He did not come. Yeah. I felt whoever told him not to, brilliant idea.
Unless he was doing his movie, like he said, like the other award show, he was not there.
Yeah, because it would have just looked like, oh, now you come to our show.
You got dissed from the white people. Now you with the black folks.
Yeah. Unless he was there all the time. If he came every year, then I would agree with you.
Yeah.
If he was somebody who was there every year.
Which I doubt.
No. That's why I'm like, no. So don't come now.
Okay.
Let me see. We just disagree. Don't we all are entitled, to our opinion. I'm thinking about how bad he feels. You know, he good. That money.
He making Bad Boy 3.
He making Bad Boy 3. He feel good. Emerald says Will would have taken away from the event. Thank you. I agree, Emerald. It would have been all they would have talked about on the news is Will Smith
being at the talking about Britney being back.
Yeah.
So we were already. sighing over her being home now
Yeah.
from Russia.
You're right.
It's
NAACP,
too much.
they wouldn't have reported
attack.
on nothing else but Will Smith being at the NAACP.
Right.
And people would have been debating. Like what we're doing now, Wendy.
Exactly.
It would have been people like what you said that would have been like, he should have been there. We would have loved on him. And then it would have been people like what I said is, why he there?
All the attention is there.
Yeah, it would have been, it would have taken away.
Okay.
Okay, we already talked about him.
Talked about
him, Michael B. Jordan.
Mm-hmm.
And Kanye West, just real quick, Adidas wants to bring back Kanye West. A deal to sell $500 million worth of leftover Yeezy stock. They losing billions of dollars by letting him go. Now the German company who was so distraught about him saying bad things about Jewish people want to bring him back. Where's the outrage?
It's about the money.
But where's the Jewish outrage over Adidas? They went after Kanye West.
Should we wait on it and see?
So let's wait. Let's wait of these Jewish organizations. Let's wait. Let's see
if anybody responds to it, and then start. Because remember, when I was telling you about the comment that DeSantis made about that whole education thing, and it took a little minute because you said you didn't think nobody was kind of ruffle and get upset. Yeah. And I said, I don't know, Kim. I think what he said is going to start Black people to come together and other people to start talking about it. Let's see what happens to this.
Yes, let's see.
Let's put a little time.
I want to see if people will start boycotting Adidas.
How dare you?
Because
they still is
because they wanted to get rid of Kanye. So apparently, I'm thinking they're gonna come after Adidas now.
And he hasn't done any public apologies, has he?
So we'll all see.
Okay.
Wendy says different people see things different, feel different ways. Emerald says we all respect your opinion, Wendy. Yes.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, because there's people. If y'all think y'all gonna listen to this show and we all gonna agree all the time,
Wendy, there are some people
we don't agree. So how would we agree with y'all all the time?
There's some people who agree with you.
Yes,
he should have been there.
Yes,
because that would have been nice calling his name out to win, and he goes up on the stage and gets his award.
Exactly.
Hey everyone, I'm glad to be here.
Right.
I appreciate you guys. Thanking you for loving on me.
Yeah.
Because how many people did say that this is our own,
right?
Because what's her name? That the flamboyant one from the Abbott Elementary, and somebody else said it's not like the other awards because this one is our own.
Yep.
So he could have wrote on that too.
Emerald says, "I appreciate that you feel strongly and respect what you bring to the conversation." Okay.
Yep.
Elon Musk tweets support for Dilbert creator. And this is the donkey of the day. Oh. You want to know who your donkey of the day was?
They talked about this a
Charlemagne the God.
What happened?
He gives the Dilbert creator, what are you looking at? He gives the Dilbert creator donkey of the day. Apparently this guy, he read some, let me read it because it's too much. Elon Musk defended Dilbert creator Scott Adams after hundreds of newspapers stopped printing the comic strip because Adams' recent racist comments. Last week, Adams called Black Americans a hate group and suggested that white people should get the hell away from them. Adams effectively encouraged segregation in a shocking rant on his YouTube channel. His comments came in response to a poll from the conservative firm, whatever this Ramuson, whatever, reports that said that 53% of Black Americans agreed with the statement, "It's okay to be white." In response to a tweet about the controversy, Twitter owner Musk said Sunday that the media is racist. He didn't criticize Adams' comments, and Musk said without evidence that for a very long time, U.S. media was racist against non-white people. Now they're racist against whites and Asians. This is that same old thing of poor white man. The black man gets everything, and now we get...
The poor white man came.
Now, if we say something, we get boycotted, we get ridiculed.
Or the white man being discriminated.
Yeah, we're being discriminated against. So now everything...
Affirmative action goes against
Affirmative action. Now I can't get a job because you got to give it to this white guy. This black guy.
Black guy has to get it over me.
So, for me, I don't know if this Dilbert guy is being real or if he was being tongue-in-cheek. I don't know if he was being real, because who would say stay away from black people?
Is that? Yeah, I don't know what was going on there. Unless they took his words out of context.
No, I think they took it.
Because they tend to do that too.
I think he was trying. He's either an idiot, which is true, because there's a lot of idiots in this country.
Okay.
Or he was trying to be so, what's the word? Controversial, and say something so controversial to see if he's right. That they would snatch him off of whatever and all this, like because he's saying, yeah, I'm pro-white. So is that bad to be that?
I don't know.
So
I don't know where this where's this coming from?
Yeah.
Is it to stir up mess?
So he gives him donkey of the day
for making the comments.
Making the comments and being snatched off of all of the cartoons. So if you watch the Dilbert, are you going to still look at Dilbert cartoons?
I've never looked at Dilbert cartoons. I do notice the character. What's that video showing? Is he saying something?
I wasn't planning on it. Hold on. I had to see the video, huh?
I was like, what is it a video of?
All right.
If nearly half of all blacks are not okay with white people, that's a hate group.
That was the comment that may have ended Scott Adams' newspaper career. The Dilbert creator referencing a poll from the conservative firm Rasmussen Reports that indicated 53% of black Americans agree with the statement, "It's okay to be white," leaving the other 47% to say they disagree or aren't sure. The Anti-Defamation League has noted that phrase has a long history in the white supremacist movement.
The best advice I would give to white people is to get the hell away from black people.
He continued to double down throughout his show. The Washington Post, Los Angeles Times, and USA Today among the hundreds of newspapers that denounced Adams and quickly pulled Dilbert. USA Today newspaper CEO Mike Reed.
It was frankly an easy decision. We found the remarks, hateful, hurtful, and they just crossed the line.
But not everyone agrees. Twitter CEO Elon Musk coming to Adams' defense, tweeting, "The media is racist." Adams has since tweeted that he was only advising people to avoid hate and suggested that the cancellation of his cartoon signals that free speech in America is under assault.
We believe in free speech. We believe in creating a place for differing points of view, but there's a line that gets crossed where things become racism. And that's not an area we choose to traffic in or participate in.
We did reach out to the company that's responsible for distributing that comic strip. Still waiting to hear back, guys.
You know what?
There you go.
You know what came to mind while he was talking? And then, too, I'm still to this day, I'm looking at him now. If they pulled some of his comments out of context and where he was going with this, the part where I kind of see where he was coming from. Y'all hear me out.
All right.
I have talked to some, and you even said, I've talked to some black people, older, younger, I don't know, maybe older. They don't like white people.
Oh, yeah, it's a lot of black people.
And
like
I'm
that.
thinking, remember how the
he's being like, stay away from them.
That's what I'm thinking.
That's what I'm saying.
Remember the Black Panthers?
Yeah.
Groups like that are hate groups.
I think
they don't like white people.
I think what he's saying, and we can't speak for this white man. We don't know.
I'm just saying that little bit he said. That's what I took.
But that's what I'm saying. Unless he's a complete moron, all I can think of is that's what he's talking about. Stay away from black people who don't like you.
Who don't like you? They're angry
if
at
you're
you.
If you're a white person and there's black people who don't like you, stay away from them.
Stay away from them.
But he didn't say that. He said stay away from black people.
That's what I'm saying. He said it at the beginning to build the argument. That's why I'm thinking, are they taking his words out of context?
Well,
or was he he was trying to say that, but he didn't say it.
But now you're going with what Elon is saying, that the media is racist. They go right into whatever you say.
And I agree with Elon too. I
you.
do agree with Elon to an extent. We got to be careful, you guys, on how the media is. Black people have even said this. Steve Harvey said they taken my comment. Kirk Franklin said that.
Yeah.
They took his comment and they made it negative. He told him you need to recant that or whatever. Yeah. The media, like they did with the rapper we told you.
Yeah.
To use him in court. They'll take this little absurd
and take that one
to build you up as a certain person or making you make some, because they want to stir up. They're trying to get viewers to the point where they even may take your words and mash them.
Let me see. Let me go back.
But there are black people that don't like white people.
Wendy says, thank you, Emerald, for saying about respect her conversation. True says, the truth says, the truth. Oh, it's true. Yeah, it would have been fitting to welcome Will Smith back at our own award show. So she agrees with you, Wendy.
Yeah.
True says, hello, everyone. Wendy says it would show we have our own. We don't need the Academy Awards. It was bigger than Will. And True says, did you see the white person who is suing Howard Law School for discrimination?
They did let him in or something?
Wow, we got to look at that one.
Yeah, what's going on there?
And then, Wendy, you sent something on Shanquella. I'm going to post that in the description about where to send those letters. Wendy says, yes, True. It was bigger than Will. Emerald says he is a donkey, so that what's his name? Dilbert. I respectfully disagree about the Black Panthers. What'd you say about the Black Panthers?
I'm thinking a lot of people not understanding the Black Panthers and their movement, they quickly thought of anger and getting back.
She's not saying she say they're a hate group. She's saying people see them as a hate group.
Yeah, and a lot of white people are fearful of anybody that's Black Panther.
Yeah, she said, I respectfully disagree about the Black Panthers. That's what she's saying. Yeah. The Black Panthers were not a hate group.
No.
That was a lie told by the FBI. We know that.
Thank you.
Emerald, but it's good to say it. So that's good we saying
right.
It. Emerald says they always view us all the same way. That's true. The Black Panthers were the ones that was protecting the Black community. But of course, again, the media, who's always been there, portrayed them a certain kind of way. And so that's how the general public saw them. They saw them as a hate group.
Yeah.
So again, that's the way y'all kind of agreeing with the Dilbert guy.
Well,
it's almost like for Elon, it's like the media portrays you a certain kind of way.
For real, what Elon is saying. That guy, we just need to really figure out:
is he a racist, or is he saying stay away from Black people who don't like you?
Because if he is actually saying there are Black people that don't like white people, and if they have a group or they've come together and they are a hate group.
But he said Black people are a hate group.
Well, he said that later, and that's why I don't understand where that came from. Yeah. Like, is he talking about two different things?
Yeah,
is he talking about the same thing?
And then that's
all Black people.
And then I guess I'm being mean when I say I don't care. That's the white guy. That's his fight.
It's not about I don't care.
No, I'm saying that's his fight to clear that up.
I just want people to understand that any hate group, whether Latino, Asian, anybody that promotes hate on anybody.
Yeah.
Those are groups that we need to be careful of.
And that's his job. That's his job to clear it up, not ours. Yeah. But again, like I said, he's either a complete moron or he needs to clear that up. Because how you gonna stay away from Black people, you dummy? Stay away from Black. That's why I think it's tongue in cheek. How you gonna stay away from Black people?
That's why I think the media.
That's why I think
I think the media.
He couldn't possibly be for real unless he lives in a small town that's all white people.
I'm just telling y'all how the media is, and we gotta be real. They even do that with like Kurt Franklin with Christian artists.
Yeah,
and I don't like that. And Kurt fought too. He said,
True says, okay, thanks for the clarification. Probably about the Black Panther.
Oh yeah.
And Emerald says, I think it's not dislike but distrust. No, True. Distrust white people. Not dislike.
No, there are Black people who don't like white people.
Oh, yeah, we know that. But it's more that distrust.
Well, we can say what we want to say, but there are some Black people.
Yeah, I know
they don't want nothing to do with them.
True says, I think Elon and this cartoonist know what they are doing with these shock jock podcasts. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think he's trying to be like, oh, let me put some out there so everybody can talk about it. But I don't think Dilbert guy thought his cartoon was going to be snapped.
Wow.
Well, or if he did, then he's a moron then.
That's good that they're doing that too, because we always want, we jump to the, what is it, cancel culture.
Well, they cancel Kanye, they cancel Kyrie, and all
everybody.
So, but I want to see this outrage on Adidas bringing Kanye back from the Jewish group.
Let's see.
Let's see. Because y'all was so mad And anybody who worked with him because he was saying stuff that was wrong. Now they're bringing him back. The dust has settled, and they bringing him back. Are y'all still going to be mad?
They looking at the dollars now. They don't care.
Emerald says, laugh out loud, Lenora. You bring needed humor. Thank goodness.
But we'll wait it out for Kanye.
So we'll wait it out. That was it. Anybody else got anything else?
We went a little long.
Yeah, we went way long. You got anything else? Wendy says, I would not bother with any racist, black or white. That's true.
Yes.
Stay away from any of them.
Anybody that don't. Because some people don't like you because you're a Christian.
Yep, stay away from them.
It ain't even with the race.
Stay away from them too.
And you like, your devil is a liar.
But you don't say stay away from white people. You say stay away from racist white people. He said stay away from black people. He's an idiot.
He made a blanket statement.
He's a moron.
So we'll see.
All right. You have anything else? All right, y'all. So don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Always believe. And that was another Woods Report. See y'all later.